Welcome to the Nerd Table. I'm Tommy, joined with one of my best friends, Jamie, and this is where we talk about all the nerdy nonsense on our minds. It might be relevant, it might not be, but it'll be fun. So pull up a seat and let's get nerdy.
Hell yeah, let's get nerdy.
Let's do it, Jamie. So we'll start off with what we pretty much always start off with. What have we been up to these past, well, now 2 weeks, because we took a week off because of the holiday and scheduling and all of that. It was crazy.
I was sick. I was super
you
sick.
were.
Last time we were on, I was just coughing and clearing up my throat. Turns out I had a upper respiratory infection starting.
Those are no fun.
Yeah, they were definitely no fun. Other than that, been grinding out on some Destiny because I got to get that super black shader.
Because I told you to do that 3 weeks ago.
Yep, because I'm lazy and I was sick.
I mean, that's the perfect time to do it.
I didn't feel like getting out of bed.
Fair enough.
So, but yeah, that was I caught up on a lot of anime.
Nice.
I'm happy about that. I was watching. I finished Rising of the Shield Hero. Almost said volume season 3, and I started Frieren. I finished all of Solo Leveling. By the way, you gotta watch it. It's really good. Like
I've heard a lot about it.
It's bro, you got my Crunchyroll.
I do.
Please watch it. It's
Is it
very
dubbed?
good. Yes.
Okay.
Well, hold on. It's I don't know if it's 100% dubbed. I think it's dubbed up to like the 4th or 5th episode.
Okay.
But yeah, it's well worth the weekend watch, my dude. Oh my god, I see the hype. I was happy. So I have a thing when it comes to anime. I do not immediately watch it unless I already have previous ties to it.
Yeah.
Like Demon Slayer.
Yep.
I'll watch Demon Slayer because I know what's about to happen and I want to see it animated. Spy Family, same thing, because I have the manga, I'll watch it animated. You know, stuff like that. Like what is it? The anime Attack on Titan. I haven't watched it because there was way too much hype around it. Like when I say there was too much hype, I'm like, ugh, that's how much hype.
I watched like 3 episodes and I hated it.
Damn, stiff.
Yeah.
Oops.
I have been grinding Destiny just like you have because we're degenerates and obsessed with this game.
We hate ourselves.
Oh, we do. It's Stockholm Syndrome at the fullest.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of okay with that at this point. I'm just gonna accept it. But I'm stupid hyped for it. I did see the movie The Strangers Chapter 1. And let me tell you, that was one of the most boring horror movies I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, well, if you're gonna say that, have you watched the original?
No.
Watch the original and you will probably change your mind.
Well, I've heard that the original was really good.
Yeah, the original was really good.
The first, this one is not.
Mind you, I only know about this because I've heard about it in passing. You know, I don't watch horror movies.
I know. Like, it's like in this one, every decision the main characters made was the wrong choice.
Like, I'd get real frustrated. I'd walk out in the movie for that.
Like, no,
I'd
bro,
be like, bro,
hold
why
on.
would you do that?
Hold on. Let me tell you something about this. Someone's aggressively knocking at your fucking door and has done it already before, and you're like, huh, this is weird. Are you gonna either A, grab a gun, or B, grab your blunt?
Obviously, option A, because somebody's trying to get in. It's about to be go time.
This woman was like, nah, let me get high.
Bro, I throw the whole movie away. Throw the whole movie away.
Do you see what I'm saying now?
I see exactly what you're saying.
It's like, it's not even scary at that point because you're just, like, at that point, I'm like, you just deserve it. Like, you get what you get at that point.
Oh, speaking of scary movies, are you going to go see A Violent Nature?
I've heard that's really, really good. I want to see it.
It's getting rave reviews and it's getting a lot of play. Well, not a lot of play, a lot of good reviews from critics and stuff. There's a podcast that I listen to called Spitball Media.
Mm-hmm.
And they're big horror people, and they said they're all gonna try to go see it this weekend.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to
Yeah, if I have time
free
this weekend, I'm
plugs.
gonna go check it out. I
Hmm.
definitely don't have time tomorrow. We're
No.
recording this on a Friday. Tomorrow is
Hmm.
UFC 303.
Hmm.
By the time this is over, we'll have live streamed it already. The VOD will be up. Check it out if you want our crazy reactions. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know the future. Well, when this is live, it'll be the past, but I still don't know it, so I
Right.
can't tell you how it's gonna be.
And I'm not good at the fight game yet to be able to do our picks for who's gonna win and which fights and stuff.
I mean, true, but by that point, like I said, it'll have been over. And if you say a pick like Islam Makhachev is gonna win, everyone will already know what have happened anyway.
True.
But that being said,
Mm-hmm.
for future pay-per-views for UFC events and some WWE events or whatever that Jamie wants to do, you can check it on Twitch Live at @the_nerd_table.
Yep.
That link will be in the description with all the other socials and stuff for you to check out.
Yep.
Do us a favor, hit follow, enable notifications, all that good stuff, so you know when it's happening. Stuff will be promoted. But enough of what's up.
I have one thing. Sorry, I haven't recorded anything.
It's all good. I'll do it tomorrow morning.
No. I've been busy with work stuff. Like, there's like some crazy stuff that happened at work. So,
Dude, no worries.
To the point where I'll be working overtime tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You're gonna be dead for the live stream.
No. I'm gonna do it early in the morning. You know,
Okay.
I'm good for the mornings and everything. So I'm gonna get up early and knock it out in a couple hours, and then I'll be good for the rest of the day.
Gotcha. Like,
by the way, when does the undercard start? Does it start
undercard starts at 8? Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Okay. They're not gonna do like a undercard like they did.
There always is. There's always a prelim, a prelim, and then the main event. Well, the main card. Most of the time, unless you're like balls deep into the UFC, it's not worth watching the like prelims because it's not like UFC 300. They're not stacked. That's where like the newer talent is. The prelims has some of the newer guys, and then like headlining prelim. And then for most pay-per-views, I would say there's probably actually not even most. I would say half the pay-per-views. It's just watch the fucking main card, unless you're a degenerate like I am. I'm gonna be watching the prelims.
Of course.
I'm not gonna be watching the pre-prelims, but I'm gonna be watching the prelims because I'm not trying to spend about 8 hours watching UFC fights straight.
Yeah, that would get you'd be blown up by the time the main event starts.
But I'll probably jump in midway through the prelims, and then we'll go live with the main card.
Okay.
Yeah,
that works.
But back to what I've been up to. I've been playing Destiny, just like you. Only difference is I've had Super Black for like a week and a half now.
Well, you know, I'm a hardhead.
I know. But I did go through this week and play through the Lightfall campaign again as my Titan, so I could unlock Strand. And that's a big old oof right there.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Neomunda is not a fun. It's a beautiful looking area. It's just not fun.
But it's so useless.
Yeah.
And it's not even a bad story is what bothers me. Like, it's a well-told story. But the story is essentially a training montage of Strand. And then you get your Strand ability, you have a little bit of fun, then you're slowed the fuck down to a crawl. And that is the worst part. Like, those moments where you're just, like, exhausted and just, like, crawling, and I'm like, I hate this. I just want to turn this off right now.
Yeah. I did like the whole, the hall that they have for the Hall of Fallen Heroes. I thought that was really neat. And that was, like, really fun. I was like, man, why couldn't you have just had this open, like, at the halfway point? It would at least been more fun, you know? You'd have more to do.
Yeah.
Or at least get the Strand a little bit earlier, you know? Instead of grinding through that whole entire story.
Bro, if I got Strand, like, halfway through, I think I'd been set. I'd been like, all right, cool.
Because then at least you would have been grinding for the
The
little,
aspects.
yeah. That's when you would be grinding for your aspects, not at the very end.
When there's
You know,
literally nothing to do in Neomuna.
yeah, it's a ghost town.
Dude,
Shoot, ghost town.
it's so annoying. But
Mm-hmm.
that's that and playing Digimon and BT16, yeah, 16 came out, Beginning Observer for the TCG. And I have spent more money than I'd like to admit on those. Like way
I
more
mean,
money.
our hobbies are expensive.
I bought 3 boxes, Jamie.
Our hobbies are expensive.
I didn't need to buy 3 boxes.
Bro, I spend the amount of that you spent in your 3 boxes, I can spend on manga easily.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So,
also, we need to talk about something, and I need the internet to possibly bully you for a minute.
oh no.
How are you going to be hyped for the final shape and not have it pre-ordered yet?
I've been poor. I've been poor. Shit.
I know you have.
Yeah. I mean,
You just have to pre-order it last minute on Monday.
yeah, I'll pre-order it last minute. Once my car insurance comes out, I'll go through and when I do my mortgage and stuff, I'll pre-order it like that.
Word.
Because I don't really have nothing else to truly get.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm basically just gonna not really do anything.
I mean, with how the final shape sounds, it sounds like you're not going to want to do anything else, hopefully.
Yeah.
And speaking of our hobbies, let's transition into the first topic, which might potentially be one of our oldest hobbies.
Oldest hobbies.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
The game we can't quit.
Oh my god.
Every time we try to quit the game, it pulls us back in. Like,
this is the longest break I've ever taken from the game. Except, like, I play, like, the Time Wizard format stuff.
Yeah.
But this game has been around for
25 years?
22 years in America? Yeah, 22, because it came out in 2002.
Yeah.
And I've been playing since it came out.
Yeah, I've been playing off and on since this came out.
Yeah. Like, I took, like, one break in it, like, when I really, like, graduated high school, and that was a short break at that.
Yeah.
And that was really just because Halo Reach came out and I almost failed out of college, but that's a story for another time.
I played casually off and on all the way up until we actually started going to regionals.
Yeah.
Because we would pile up into one car, we'd give people gas money, and then we'd go up to Philly and
make a day out of it.
Make a whole day out of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, life happens. You adult, so you get more bills, so you can't just go, drop everything on like a Friday and be like, well, so I guess Saturday I'm just gonna go up to Philly and play card games. You know?
For sure.
Yeah, I miss those days. Jeez. Whew.
I mean, we know some grown-ass people who still do that, and more power to them.
Yeah, well, they don't have as many bills as we have. That's the only thing.
I don't know. I ain't going to put myself in their shoes for that. I'm not going to assume their finances.
I'm not pocket watching. I mean, I did take that, we did go up that one time to go up to Edison, to go and play in the regional.
Yeah.
Not a regional, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. It wasn't a regional.
I know
it was
you
a
meant.
YCS. Yeah. That was fun. That was real fun.
But, so with this, do we want to start about talking with the card game, the show, our like favorite moments, or what?
I mean, I guess I think we should, since we were talking about the TCG, let's talk about our favorite
Sounds
decks.
Good. Okay, because I was about to really like dig in on the fact that Bandit Keith is a proud boy, but I'll save that for later.
Well, I mean, in this day and age, I mean, you know how the news went.
I was about to say, it's very topical after this week, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
See, now here's the bummer. My best friend, who's like a brother to me, was supposed to be on this, but his work was keeping him late, so he couldn't make it. And both of these topics were perfect for him. But I've got another one planned that's like just as good for him, so that's fine. Dylan, tell your job to kick rocks. Or to eat your whole ass. Either one. I don't care.
Don't do that. He'll get fired.
Tell your boss I said it. Just show him this clip. Hey, Dylan's boss, eat his ass whole. Just eat the whole ass. And don't wipe, Dylan. Just don't wipe first. It's fine. He'll clean it.
Okay, that's gross.
And now we've lost every viewer.
Exactly.
I'm not editing that out either.
I know. I know. I know you would. Anything you say, unless it's really, really off the wall, you're not gonna edit it.
It would have to be real bad.
Yeah.
So, our favorite decks. Do you want to start with this one? Because mine is literally just 2. There's 2.
I have like 4 or 5.
Go for it.
All right.
I could probably push out a couple others, but it's 2.
Gross. I mean, like literally, I already know you're one of your ones.
You should know
heroes.
both of them.
What would be the other one?
You're gonna feel real dumb when you don't realize it.
I mean, I don't think it wouldn't be Thunder Dragons, would it?
It is Thunder Dragons.
Oh, okay.
So since he just named mine, it's heroes, every single version. Elemental hero. All right, not every single version, because fuck Destiny hero build. Fuck that. You just throw that. You throw the 3 good Destiny heroes into a generic hero build, and that's all the Destiny heroes you ever see. Fuck every other one. Fuck Clock Tower Prison. Fuck Dreadmaster. Fuck goddamn.
You don't want Adjusted Gold?
That's an evil hero.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right.
Fuck. I can't even remember all the. Fuck D-Chain. Fuck.
D-Time.
D-Time. Disc Commander. All those. You're useless. You're useless to me.
You're saying Disc Commander's useless? Stiff.
Yeah, Disc Commander's useless.
What about Dasher?
Dasher's one of the 3 good ones.
Okay.
Actually, 4. Sorry, I forgot to include extra deck because the 4 good ones are Dasher.
Yep.
Plasma.
Yeah. Plasma.
Malicious.
Yeah, of course.
Especially now that it's at 3.
Yeah, Mally is good.
Mally
will always be good.
And then Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer is the fusion.
Okay. No Diamond Dude?
No. No Diamond Dude, no Defender, none of that.
I guess Diamond Dude is a more situational card, so I guess it does.
Honorable mention goes to Denier. Denier's not a terrible one. Especially if you pair it with Dasher.
Right.
But I've literally been running heroes since the Lost Millennium came out. And that was, I think 18-ish years ago? Somewhere around that?
I don't know.
It's been a long time. Like I've played through every iteration of heroes to the point that like I've got an Edison hero deck.
Did you do the Bubble Man? What was it? Bubble Man draw, or what was that one?
Which one?
Bubble Man.
Oh,
that one.
That you draw?
I don't know.
Bubble Man allows you to draw, but
yeah, I don't know the strategy when it comes to Bubble Man. Bubble Man something.
You have to empty your field. You have to like empty your hand and field and special summon Bubble Man and draw cards. Okay. You replace him with Liquid Soldier. Liquid Soldier is when you fuse, draw 2, trash 1. Yeah, real good. Like my hero deck has gone through. I'm gonna call it 18. I might be off by a year or 2 in either direction. 18 years of really just like changes and updates and all that. That it started with just all the elemental heroes, like with the Flame Wingman, Thunder Giant, that I had to like mix in like normal heroes, normal warriors and stuff like that because there wasn't enough. And now it's the most supported archetype ever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It has the most support.
Yeah. And like when the more generic fusions came out, like Absolute Zero and all of those, the manga fusions that only require like 1 elemental hero and a water or a fire, earth, all that. I like splashed them in the fusion deck, and like that's when my friends really started to fucking hate me because Absolute Zero is a menace.
Sucked. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Masked Heroes came out, and I would summon Absolute Zero and then use Mask Change. into Acid, which Absolute Zero, for anyone uninformed on Yu-Gi-Oh, destroys all the monsters on your opponent's board when it leaves the field.
Yep.
Masked Hero Acid, when it's summoned, destroys all their spell and trap cards. So if you combo that, you wipe their board completely.
Yep.
And Mask Change is a quick play card, so you can activate it on their turn and just tell them get fucked.
Right. That's why you have Bottomless.
Absolute Zero still triggers on Bottomless.
That's fine. You're one less monster, so it's whatever.
Yeah. But
sometimes you gotta be like that.
To this point, with that deck specifically, it's gone through so many changes. It's played in I played it in a regional back in college. It's been a long time. I played it at our local card shop, Illusions, at the time. Our other local card shop, Phoenix, which was so good. Love that place. Miss that place. Played it at Portals, another current card shop. Now it is a fucking skate shop that we play Yu-Gi-Oh in.
Which I think that's probably one of the most interesting places that
right?
Yu-Gi-Oh's being played in.
You would never expect that to happen. But it's cool. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
And it's evolved from the basic hero build to heroes to like masked heroes. I tried to do Neos at one point, but Neos just kind of sucks.
Because you need Neos to really do anything.
You need Neo Space.
Oh yeah, also. Neo Space. Wait, Neo Space is a fusion card, right?
No, it's a field spell.
Oh.
You can contact
I don't know
fuse
nothing
them.
about.
So you can contact fuse the Neos heroes, but if Neo Space isn't on the board, they return to the extra deck at the end of the turn.
Gross.
Yeah. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's real dumb.
Just one good MST, and there goes your whole plan.
Yeah, and everybody knows MST negates, right?
Jesus Christ. And then we've got that Masked Hero stuff. We got Vision Heroes in there, a couple Destiny Heroes, a few Evil Heroes. And then when they introduced Links, which is probably when I had to forcibly quit playing Heroes, because that Link format completely changed the game for a time. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail on that. If you're interested in Yu-Gi-Oh, you either know what it is or you can check it out real quick. They added a zone. It had arrows. You could only put a monster from the extra deck in that zone unless you had a Link monster that pointed in the arrows. It was real weird. Real weird time in Yu-Gi-Oh!
And then they changed it because everybody said that was stupid, and it was like, oh, yeah.
Because they were like, oh, we're trying to slow the game down. Well, we did that for a set, and then it's as fast as ever. So we're gonna backtrack that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then with those extra heroes, it just added more options, which is great because in a set that in a format that I don't really have to use links, but I can to have more extensions, it just adds more options, and I'm cool with that.
Yep.
But then my other favorite deck, Thunder Dragons. And I'm talking about the Thunder Dragon, like from fucking Metal Raiders 2002 or 3, whenever Metal Raiders dropped. That was like,
long time ago.
The second set ever made. It was like, discard Thunder Dragon, add Thunder Dragon to your hand. Yeah, that got a whole archetype. It's great. I love it.
I too love it.
Yeah, you do. The whole deck revolves around just not necessarily saying no, like how to negate or stop your opponent, but it makes them have to work around things that it's like, if he does this, I can like if my opponent does this, there could potentially be an effect of mine from my 2 boss monsters that destroys them or keeps mine on the board or whatever like that. And they can swarm so fast.
Yep.
It's so much fun. My other, I have 2 other decks that I'll go into before, of like just that format before we talk about like Time Wizard stuff or like you go into yours and all that. All right. My other one I would say is Goki, which is it's actually a wrestling based deck.
Yeah, you
And I
did
know
play
Jamie knows all about that. I just love the style of it. It's a deck that can really do one turn kill, or it can just get a bunch of guys out to link into a real big guy and just slam.
Yeah.
Because there's not many cards in the game that are stronger than Goki Giant Ogre, I believe is the name. Or great. Their names are so similar and I always mix them up, but I feel like it's Giant Ogre. The only problem is that deck is a glass cannon. One negate and you're fucked.
Yeah, one negate and everything's broke.
Yeah. Now my fourth favorite deck is it's the most trolliest thing ever, and I love it. And I know I've told you this strategy before, Jamie, but I'm also positive you've forgotten it.
Probably.
Because it's so off the wall. And anyone watching right now that knows Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to be like, what the fuck? Why would you ever do this? The answer is because I'm a menace. And because it works. And because the game is more fun when I'm not just dick riding the meta.
That's true.
But you play heroes. That's not because they were meta at a time or can compete now and stuff like that. That's because I have an unhealthy obsession with superheroes, okay? Karibo. The little fluff ball. I love that little fluff ball. Karibo, Winged Karibo, Curry Bandit, Curry Babylon, Kuribo, Curry Bee, whatever they are. Any of them. Clear Karibo, Rainbow Karibo, Junk Karibo. I love them all. Give me all the fluff balls. All of them. Just send them here. There's a Hello Kitty Karibo Happy Meal toy coming out this summer. I need it. Need it in my life.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Speaking of, remember when McDonald's had fucking Happy Meal Yu-Gi-Oh card promos?
Yes, I do remember that.
They
the
had
Millennium
2 waves
Shield
of them.
was in there.
Yep. So was Cosmo Queen.
Yep.
And Elemental Hero Electrum.
I don't remember the second that wave. One. Okay.
Yeah,
that's probably about the time where I was boycotting McDonald's, where I just didn't eat McDonald's.
I mean, I'm not a huge McDonald's fan either, but for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I'll go buy a fucking Happy Meal.
Yeah. You and like a million other people.
You're right. The Pokemon craze a few years ago proved that.
Jeez. The Pokemon craze, period. Especially the one at the Louvre.
Thanks, Logan Paul.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a good and bad thing. It's a double-edged sword.
True.
So.
But the strategy with this Kuribo deck, all right, was get Kuribo out on the board. And this great card called DNA Surgery. You declare everything to be a dragon type. Now everything on my board and my opponents are dragons. And then I play this great little card called Multiply. Turns my Kuribo into 5 tokens. Then this other great card, been around, how long has it been around? Let me see.
A long time.
Since Legend of Blue Eyes. Since the first set ever. It's this iconic card called, am I pronouncing this right? Polymerization? Yeah, no, I know I am. Into 5-headed fucking dragon. And it's not just 5-headed dragon, it's 5-headed fucking dragon. I just used 5 balls into that. That's a fucking dragon. With 5,000 attack points that can only be destroyed by a light monster. Your move, opponent. Have fun. Like,
I love it.
There's zero chance that should ever work, but it does. Like, and it's just like, well, if I pop this off, what are you gonna do? Like, you have to actually out me. Like, you can't just attack me at that point because getting to 5,000 is hard enough.
Yeah.
Like, hell, getting to 3,500 is hard enough.
Yeah.
And you see a whole deck.
Agree.
You see a whole deck of fucking 300 attack point fur balls, and it becomes 5,000. Like,
What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Like, exactly, you're not gonna do anything, you know? So
Am I
it's
going
like,
to
oh,
lose
I don't understand.
95% of the time using that? Absolutely. But that
I mean,
5%,
until you start using Wing Kribo level 10.
you right. I mean, that card's in there too with Transcendent Wings, but it's great. Just because I love off the wall stuff like that.
And it's fun.
Like there was a time where at Phoenix we had a challenge where it was pretty much like spin the wheel, like and it would choose like a deck for people to like that, like a rule set of people had to build a deck. And we all had to build, I think it was a deck based around level 1 monsters. And it was GOAT format. So 2005. I damn sure made Karibo.
Yeah.
And the catch of that was you were allowed 3 monsters that were above level 5. No, sorry, it was 4. It was 4 monsters. Because at that point it was a bare minimum of 10% of your deck.
Yeah.
My 4 monsters was Maneater Bug.
Okay.
It's level 2, but it's hilarious. Jinzo.
Of course, because why not?
Yeah. Chaos Soldier. I mean, not Chaos Sorcerer. Sorry, Sorcerer.
Of course, because, yeah.
And then Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning. Because with Karibos, they're light and dark. I have everything I need at that point. I'm popping off.
Yeah.
I still use that deck to this day because I have fun with it.
Yeah, and that's the best. That's what Yu-Gi-Oh right now is missing. Is they're missing fun.
Yes.
Because
they're also missing affordability.
That too. But I think fun would come after affordability or before.
Yeah, 100% before.
Yeah, and I think that we need to, like, Konami has to really, they need to take a step back, for one, because there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that are top tier that are gonna, like, actually take a break from Yu-Gi-Oh because it's like, well, your prize support sucks, you know?
That's true.
It's not like the UDS where when you win, you get like an actual title belt that you can walk around with. Now you get like piddly things, you know?
You get a Worlds invite and
like
it's a world
Nintendo Switch
and like the Worlds invite. Like, I understand why they do this. And we can gripe about Yu-Gi-Oh after we do your decks, like your deck list type of stuff. Because I know that could be a deep conversation of us complaining about this game that we love. But
yeah,
like fucking Worlds, is it like they're like, oh yeah, it's an empty, like only people who got the invite can go. No, what is the word? People in the stands.
No audience.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. No one's there watching. No one's like hyping it up, stuff like that. There's no like trades and stuff going on. It's literally just people there to game all day. Like it's a trading card game.
Yeah.
I understand it's at the highest level, but spectators, that was the word I was looking for. Nobody's there like spectating, learning, stuff like that. And like you could have a whole like event there and be like, it almost be like a Yu-Gi-Oh con type of thing. That it's like, oh, well, we have some voice actors from the shows here. We've got merch booths, stuff like that. I'm like, there's so much you could have done here.
That actually is a good idea.
Nerd Table thought really first, Konami. We deserve a cut.
We do deserve a cut. To be honest with you, they should just. Yeah, I've never understood that. You're right. Why isn't Worlds like an actual huge event where you have vendors? Well, the bad thing about Worlds is the entire world. It's hard to get like vendors, like, because the card game is like it's in every language. It's hard to get vendors that are going to be selling English cards.
I mean, is it really hard to get vendors when you are the fucking vendor? You're the creator of the game.
Yeah, that's true.
You control it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, unless they would like what Altered Universes, is that and some other of the other bigger companies that are in the United States, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think they would just fly them out to wherever. I mean, they
Who knows?
could. I mean, I guess if they extended an olive branch to them and they would just have to get there.
Yeah.
Man, but that would be tough because you'd be lugging product in the through like airport.
But
And
those
you know
companies
how
would be making
crazy.
hand over fist, so they wouldn't care.
Mm, that's
Or
true.
it's as simple as for like vendors,
Hmm.
Worlds is set under the OCG rules anyway, so it could literally just be OCG product.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But for
Yeah,
the
you're right.
con, it's like if they did like a con style itself, that could
Hmm.
be wide open.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
many people do they invite to Worlds? Is it 64?
I'll look that up while you go on about your list of decks.
Okay. All right. So, for me, I've got several decks that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I've had varying degrees of success. Nothing too crazy. My first deck that I built was just an amalgamation deck, which I actually still have. I still have pieces of it at mom's house. It's just a whole bunch of random cards that I stuck together, and I would play just because I was trying to play. I was severely broke at the time because I wasn't even in college yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
I
found
had
the
just
answer,
a.
by the way.
Oh, cool. How many people
22 to 28.
for Worlds?
Yes, for the World
Well,
Championship.
they literally could make a convention out of it,
Yes.
and then you have all these side events. You have World side events. Oh my,
Yeah.
bro! Like it would be like so you could think about it like this. See, Konami just doesn't understand that you have $1 billion product in front of you. You just choose to only be like, oh, we're going to just give you a little bit of stuff. We're going to just hand you out a couple of crumbs. Bro, think about this. They could have a world's format for Time Wizard. They could
Yeah, that
have a
would be
world
great.
format for Edison. And just like you could just like pulling people, and you could have like 128, 200 and like 56 people there, but then you have your main worlds guys, then you have Time Wizard, then you've got Edison, and like I don't know what other format that they want to make. Like they could have like I almost said two-headed giant.
They
Jesus.
could do fucking speed duel. They could do rush duel for OCG. They do have
Yeah.
tag duels like that. Those are official things.
They could have team duels.
Which
I
speaking of tag duels, oh my fucking god! I have to tell you, and then we'll jump back to your deck. I
Mhm.
didn't mean to cut you off and go like into a whole other tangent that led to this tangent, but
Yeah, but this is the nerd table, and we
you
talk
right.
about whatever the hell we want to talk about.
You 100% right on that.
Mm-hmm.
Tag duel one time.
Mm-hmm.
Me and homie Willard. Jamie, you know Willard, great dude.
Of course.
Podcast,
Yep.
you don't know him, doesn't matter. Great guy.
Correct. Yep.
Super fucking nerdy. Loves these card games too.
Mm-hmm.
We thought of the most degenerate way to play in a tag tournament.
Okay.
I was running Eldritch, and this was
Mm-hmm.
when Mystic Mine was legal.
Gross.
Oh, you have no idea. It's about to get worse.
Oh man.
He also had Mystic Mine in his deck, so that was 6 copies of Mystic Mine.
Mm-hmm.
The goal wasn't for me to win through Eldritch, the Golden Lord or whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
He would draw out Exodia.
Oh.
I would use the Eldritch Stun with like Inspector Border and stuff like that and Mystic Mine
Uh-huh.
to stun them while he bides time to get Exodia.
Wow. That is
Imagine
degenerate.
how many people cussed us out at Phoenix over that.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's not that you're like you have to be able to try to get one leg up because once Exodia hits, like
It's game over.
You know?
Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now back to your decks. You're talking about your
So
amalgamation.
my amalgamation was my first deck that I did, and
Okay.
then I got to the point where I watched like in college. I was not taking it seriously until I ran across some Yugi tubers, and obviously they weren't Yugi tubers at the time. Then that term came about a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I looked at Batteryman.
This man does love some Battery Man.
I love
To
Batteryman.
this day.
Batteryman was super fun. Like it's become way different now. It used to be you go and you try to get out 3 copies of Batteryman AA. Batteryman AA states for every copy of Batteryman AA, it gets 1,000 attack, and it's already at 0. So as soon as it hits the field, it has 1,000.
Yep.
So when you add another one, they both become 2,000, and then you add a third one, and they're 3,000 apiece. So with 3 battery men out on the field, you have a spell card called Short Circuit, and Short Circuit basically destroys every card on your opponent's field. Non-targeting destruction is king. And then you just
It
punch him
really
in the
is.
face for 9,000 damage. It's very fun. And then they decided to add one more card, which is Battery Man 9 volt. And 9 volt allows you to grab a Battery Man card out of your deck to add to your hand. But it goes up to I'm trying to think. I think it's at 1,500 attack, and it jumps up to I think it goes up to a 2,000 or 21
Okay.
for a turn, but it can't attack when it does that or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've played the deck. But it helps you set up like combos. So if you already had if you flipped if you had a set microcell and somebody attacked into it, you could special summon a Battery Man from your deck. Then you play the 9 volt. The 9 volt grabs you another card out of your deck, which you would go and then get not industrial strength. Fuel cell, the
That sounds
6-star
right.
one. And then fuel cell says, if you have 2 more battery men out on the field, you just get special summoned for free.
Yeah.
And then his effect is to take a battery man card, send a battery man card from the field to the graveyard to send one card, I think, to the your opponent's hand, a monster, specific monster. Then there's the card that's been used a lot and not in its own deck, which is
In one of
Battery
my
Man.
favorite decks.
Yeah, Battery Man Solar, because it was good and it's a thunder monster.
It is a very good card.
So,
Summon that, you get to trash a Thunder Dragon, which then can help proc its own effect. And then you get the token, and then you turn the token into Colossus, and then you're just having a whole bunch of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so weird because like that whole strategy could work to this day. They just need to add some of the older cards are terrible. Battery Man C sucks. Battery Man D gets the D because it sucks. They're just bad cards, you know.
True.
They can go a pound sand. Like we don't need them. Like recycling batteries is one of the coolest like spell cards that you have. You just grab 2 Battery Man out of the graveyard, add to your hand. Helps fuel more stuff.
Fair enough.
I can go through. I can spend probably all day talking about how to make the deck better.
He will too, guys. He will.
With a couple with a link monster, like 2 more main deck monsters and like 3 more spells. That's all you need, and you can actually take this. You can make this deck better than what it is. Instead of taking it and turning it into a beatdown strategy, which it initially was, you can turn it into a control strategy. And I think that would actually be kind of good because you can recycle your batteries and stuff like that, and there's even a trap card that allows you to special summon a battery man. There's also a another spell card that you can pay 500 life points to I think it's bring a battery man back or bring I can't remember. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've played the deck. Now the second deck after that, because I wanted 2 decks, so people didn't get used to me playing this one deck
to immediately have an out type of thing.
And yeah, so I switched to Karakuri, and Karakuri, very fun, very different deck. It doesn't immediately go through. You use it to synchro climb, into other synchros. Now they have two big synchros, which is Karakuri Burrito and Karakuri Beret and Burrito, which is a 7-star and an 8-star. Now there were strategies that used the Karakuris in like a different manner to actually draw a lot of cards. Because Beret allows you to draw a card when you synchro summon with him.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have like
Sounds similar to
two,
Sword Soul.
yeah, if you have two other Berets out on the field with that other one, you're drawing 3 cards.
Yeah.
So you can really, fill your hand and everything else like that. But the card couriers were different because when you attack with them, they no, when they're targeted for an attack, they go into defense, and vice versa. So like if I attack with it, it automatically goes into defense. But if you attack it, it goes into attack. So you have to kind of try to manipulate your way around. And they have spell cards and stuff like that. They have a spell card. It's a quick play spell card that gives any Karakuri an extra 1,000 attack.
Sounds like I just
Which,
need to hit you with Shield Crush.
yeah, sort of. Yeah, Shield Crush would work. And then not last year, 2 years ago, they have more. They brought out more like support for the Karakuris.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about the Karakuris are, so Karakuri is basically a wooden doll. It is basically what it translates in Japanese. But there's supposed to be 108 of them. Why can't you make more? Because if you make more, you could actually have some really cool.
Because you can only have 60 cards in a deck.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just saying that they could actually make like different ones. Like they're grabbing random numbers and stuff. Like I think there is a total of, I want to say 18 or 20 main deck monsters.
Okay.
And most of them are good. You can use them in your deck, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of tuners and stuff. There is a 1-star tuner, which is the newer one. It's a toad. But the cool part about it is you can synchro climb with the toad.
Yeah.
So you go through, you make your beret with one of the toads, and you make a burrito. But the toad has an effect when it gets sent to the graveyard. Then you special summon another toad out of your deck, and then you just do it for the next one to get up to the 9-star one. The 9-star one's really good. I can't remember the effect. I haven't played.
It doesn't
I haven't
matter.
played that. Yeah, but it was so fun. Like like there was two. There were the 2 main deck monsters, I think, and 2 spells and 1 extra deck monster, which is a
Mm-hmm.
good ratio to like. Konami could literally have had a lot of decks like that, where through the ages they can be like, okay, well we'll give them like a couple monsters and a couple spells and maybe an extra deck monster, or we'll give them like 2 spells and an extra deck monster, something like that.
Yeah.
For like every single archetype that they have in the game.
Well,
But
before we, do you have any more decks to go on about before we go back into some rants about Konami?
yes, of
Okay.
course,
I was about to
bro.
say.
You only think that I only played 2 decks?
No, I know you played more than that. Yeah, adjust my
Yeah,
camera real quick. There we go.
yeah. I've also taken I took Batteryman to a regional
Yeah.
and had okay success with it. I think the twice that I took it, I went I went X3, but I think I won 3, so I was good. But I still ended up dropping and then going off and getting something to eat because it's in Philly, and why not? Why would I not go and get something to eat? You know what I
Also,
mean?
that like massive food court's right across the street from
Uh,
the convention center.
Also, there is a mall under the convention center. If you didn't know that,
Did not know that.
it's a secret because apparently Adam found out. And when I went up to not the regional that happened, but the one that was before that, I
Mm-hmm.
just went up there just to hang out with everybody because I
Yeah.
haven't been around and whatever. So, and I was just chilling and stuff like that, and we ended up going downstairs, and then we went downstairs, and there's like, holy shit, there's a whole mall down here. What the deuce? And we got some food down there. They had the Philly pretzel place, which I love pretzels. But I also got some really good breakfast from Penn Station Market, which I dream about that breakfast because and I'm about to sound real, you know what? I got chicken and waffles, and I got chicken and waffles with a side of grits,
I'm
bro.
not laughing at your order, just how you said it.
It, it was so good.
I'm sure.
Like, oh, man, dream about it. It's so good. But that's neither here nor there. So, the other decks that I played, I'll go rapid fire
You're
because
good.
I could talk about them all day. Metal Foes,
That's
which I took,
that's a deck.
I took to a regional. By the way, I didn't know how to play the deck at all, so I had to learn as I was going on. I just knew that I
That's a
wanted to
bad
play the
idea.
deck. It was a bad idea, but as I went through the day, I actually got better. I got better and I learned the combos, and I played a little bit at Phoenix and stuff, and I actually got better with the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Rock Stun, which I've taken to multiple regionals with not the best success because I always end up taking a stun deck to a regional in a format where it's too fast for the deck.
So let me tell you guys, I've known Jamie for probably about 15 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
God damn, that's been a while.
Yeah.
This whole time, I've known him to play Rock Stun.
Yeah.
It's like me with heroes.
Yeah, I love Rock Stun. Rock Stun is so fun because it just says no. And there's there's multiple Rock Stuns decks that you can run. But the one that I ran was the Quackimero version, which Quackimeros, there's 4 different Quackimeros. Hold on. Guardian, Sandman, Wall.
It's not statue, is it?
Hold on. It's Guardian for effects, Sandman for traps, Wall for spells, Overload for monsters being summoned. I feel like I'm missing one more. I think I'm missing one more, but that's neither here nor there. But they basically said no to a lot of things. The coolest part about it was their effects activate in the graveyard. So you can play Skill Drain.
Yeah.
And then tribute the appropriate monster to stop whatever they're about to do. It's very funny. It technically shouldn't work because of skill drain, but it's off the field and in the grave, so its effect goes off. And then, of course, I ran Fossil Dyna in the deck to actually stop special summons.
You
And
gotta.
then I had Grand Troll because Grand Mole is always the best Grand Troll because you attack with it and it bounces itself and whatever monster you attack that it attacked back to the hand. So they have some big monster. Grand Mole, battle phase, attack. It goes back.
Yep. Or if it's a extra deck monster, straight back to the extra deck, and then you're fucked.
Exactly. Yeah, as long as it's not a pendulum monster. Because it'll just get summoned next turn. But yeah, the only downside that Quackimeros had was that you always had to have a rock monster or an appropriate appropriate attributed card in your hand. I'm only saying this because that's the full archetype of Quackimeros. But the rock portion of it is what a lot of people were a part of. So
Of course.
you would always go through and have a rock monster, or you'd have a diamond core of Quackimero in your hand because that's the better card and not the actual core iron core of Quackimero because that spell card sucks. Because the diamond core of Quackimero you can actually banish from your graveyard to protect your Quackimero's effects from killing themselves. So, yeah.
Okay. What else we got here?
Let's see. So I ran Thunder Kings.
Yeah, you did.
Not Thunder. Thunder Dragons. I don't know why I said Thunder Kings.
Because you ran Thunder King Ryo for a hot minute too.
Thunder King Ryo was in my stun deck, my
See?
rock stun, because even though it's not a rock, it still stuns.
Yep.
So, and it's still good because it's a 4-star 1900 with an effect. Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. Oh, Watts. How did
Mm-hmm.
I forget Watts, bro? Watts, and I'm so happy that they got random ass support out of nowhere. A couple, I'm gonna say almost 6 months ago. It feels like it,
I
cause
don't know.
I think it was either it was this year, but I'm not sure. Like, and it may have been in February because I was still wearing a hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a fun like uh um so there's Watt Stun, which you would have Watt Grasshopper. Watt Grasshopper basically says other Watt monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. So you would have another Watt Grasshopper out to protect both of them,
Yeah.
but it protects your entire field. And now they
It's like the
have
marauding lock type of thing.
yeah, basically, exactly. It's basically the exact same thing. It's basically the marauding captain lock. Um,
Which I exploited
but
the hell out of when there wasn't enough heroes to fill my deck.
yes, because that will help.
Yes.
It might not seem like it helps, but boy, did it.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, like that was. I remember I had I was playing one of my friends, Eden, and he was playing Light Sworns, and I had the Wattlock on him, and all I was doing was I'd summon draft and I would attack, and then I'd pass turn because he had a face down. So if it's a trap, it can't be activated until the in phase.
Yep.
So it was so fun. He just couldn't get past it. It was
And then he's
like
just gonna mill himself out.
basically, yeah. So I just play the long game at that point.
You're a bad friend.
Let's see. I am a bad friend. Another deck that I played Jesus, Invoked.
Mm-hmm.
Cause Invoked was fun. I really enjoy Invoked. Alistair. Normal summon Alistair. Every time you normal summon Alistair, they always have the Ash Blossom. And then guess what you do? Invocation?
Yeah.
You always have the invocation in hand. You bait the ash every time. You bait the ash blossom, and then it's like, oh, they're not gonna do anything. All right, cool. Alistair, go and get Almirage. Invocation?
Speaking of invoked, I remember which was probably the weirdest idea you've ever had for Yu-Gi-Oh! It was
Mm-hmm.
when Phoenix was running a case tournament for a Battles of Legends set, and you had to put
Mm-hmm.
together a deck. And you
Of
text me
course,
like,
I waited till the last minute.
yeah, he literally put this together the day of the case event. Had never
Mm-hmm.
played this other archetype for like that he added to Invoked, and he goes, "Can you find me runic cards?" I'm like, "You motherfucker."
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun time. I'm still happy. I still have all my runic stuff. So
Yeah,
and runic is just pretty good.
and then just
Uh,
like was like, "I'm gonna just learn on the fly." I'm like, You know you're gonna like lose every game because runic is so complicated, right?"
yeah. You know me. I'm a hardhead.
I
So
know. I'm aware.
let's see. I played Virtual World. Um, which God, that deck is complicated.
That.
You gotta know what you're doing to pilot that deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's a monster spell and trap, and you got to figure out which one you need, and you discard the one that you don't, and then you got to just try to figure it out as you're going along.
And that's why I played Sword Soul instead.
Hmm. It's a good deck. It's fun. It was fun when VFD was around.
Fuck that card. That card never needed to exist.
Well, here's the thing. It never needed to exist except there. It's like Block Dragon. It wasn't an abusable card until a deck that came out could use it.
That was one of your favorite cards too, Block Dragon.
Block Dragon was good in like I used it in Rock Stun because you could get back rocks.
because you could use Block Dragon to like anything.
Yes, you could. It was
If it
very
said
fun.
Block Dragon.
Yep. And I think Block Dragon could come back to 1. I think it's not. There's too much stuff in, bro. There's too much, bro. Colossus is back at 1.
Okay.
Is it doing anything?
No.
Okay, so Block
That
Dragon
just means they can put Colossus at 3.
No. That's no. That's a no. That's an immediate no.
Unban
It'll
Mystic
never come
Mind.
back to 3.
Mystic Mind did nothing wrong.
Wow. I mean, just like Electromite. Electromite didn't do anything wrong.
Well,
if Electromite was archetype based,
it would not be banned.
It wouldn't be banned.
Yeah,
you know?
the exact same thing is with Predaplant Verde Anaconda.
Yeah, exactly.
And Halqifibrax.
Yeah, if they would stop making generic cards. Like, I understand that you want people to play your card game, but when you make a generic card in a game that's an eternal format, everything's on the table.
Yeah.
You nuts. Like, you like, think about it like this. A Pointer of the Red Lotus. Nobody wanted to use that card, and then a couple of, like, past formats ago, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I can just look at my opponent's hand? Why would I not use this?
Yeah.
You know, and that card was from 2005?
Something like that.
It was a long time ago. Like, this is why... let me go through... before I get on my soapbox, let me finish my decks.
Yeah.
All right. So, we had Runic. It was fun. I love it. I need to play more of it. Then Salamangreat, because I played that deck. How is it that how the hell is it that I have like 1,010,000 decks and you only have 2?
Sir, I had 4.
4.
Well, technically 5 with Sword Soul, but I didn't talk a whole lot about Sword Soul. I just mentioned it.
Yeah. So I mean, I had like a boatload of stuff.
Because I've played Heroes almost exclusively for like 18 years.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm a simple man.
And before they got the new support, I was playing Fire Kings, and I was enjoying the hell out of that deck.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get Archfiend, Eater of Nefariousness to actually work. It's a dark card, and basically what it says is if it exists in your graveyard, destroy a monster on your side of the field to special summon it.
Jesus Christ.
What do Fire Kings need?
Destruction.
They need to be destroyed. I'm trying to figure out how to get it to work. I haven't, and I don't know why. It seems like a really good card. I'm like, man, as soon as I saw that card, I was like, fuck, this card is super good. I got to put this in Fire Kings. And it never worked, and I don't know why. And I'm like, how's this not working? It literally says if it's in the graveyard, I can destroy a monster on my side of the field, a.k.a. Garunix, and bring it back. And then I'm like, cool. Like, Garunix comes back on your standby phase, blows the field. Let's go.
Yeah.
Leave you with nothing.
Yeah. That's a big old get fucked right there.
Exactly. I think that's everything.
Cool.
To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, there probably is.
There probably is, but it's probably not that important.
Yeah, it's not that important. It's like, it's basically everything that I've played and I've enjoyed and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of decks I've played. Like, I played Gate Guardian when that got new support. I've played with Edison specifically Gemini Hero, or really Gemini Diva Hero type of a thing. There's other stuff like Chaos deck in Goat, Level Dragons. Like, I've played a lot of stuff. I was just really listing my 4 to try to keep it brief because our next topic is a massive topic.
I don't keep things brief.
I know you don't. We're gonna save the anime talk for that for another day because I think I can combine that in with another one I was thinking that I was having Dylan on for and make it even more fun.
Right.
So this one, Toonami, everybody.
Yes.
Fucking Toonami. Our childhood. For one, they're bringing it back, or have already brought it back.
today, as of
For
today,
as of
May 31st
as of
at
the
5
31st
p.m., they brought back Toonami.
on
Unfortunately,
afternoons.
yes, unfortunately, I don't get home until after 6, so it's like I I'm not even gonna get a chance to do
Yeah.
anything.
I think the coolest thing for me with Toonami, other than the shows, was the fact that in the commercial breaks you would always see Tom, and Tom had a whole ass story throughout the years, throughout the whole run.
That is true.
Yeah, like, and that was something that was so crazy because that was in the late '90s to early 2000s when the internet wasn't what it is today. You couldn't just go
Also,
research
CG
what.
wasn't.
Well, yeah, you couldn't go and research like, oh, what was Tom's backstory from like 1999. No, you were just fucked and you just missed it.
Yeah,
Or like when they had
yeah,
to like rebuild Tom and did like Tom 2.0 and like changed his voice actor and all that. It was so cool. They did so much. Also, the
yeah.
CG
He
was
was a
ass, but I loved it.
Yeah. The CG was really bad because it was back in early 2000s.
Yeah,
So
but it wasn't
man,
as bad as Beast Wars.
hey, hold on now. Time out. Time out. I like Beast Wars. Don't
But
give
that
me that look.
animation, but that animation though.
But the animation is terrible. The animation is terrible. I
Okay,
know, but it's still really good.
I'm not saying Beast Wars doesn't
Also,
have a good story. It does, but that
also the
animation
intro,
though.
the intro theme is really good. I like that.
So I feel like with Toonami,
Hmm.
we really have to start off with the most iconic show that put Toonami on the map. That's Dragon
Oh,
Ball.
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah,
The whole three, like all three, Dragon Ball
yeah,
Z, GT. Like
yeah.
Dragon Ball as a franchise is mostly what's responsible for Toonami's success.
Hmm.
Because how many people was Dragon Ball their introduction to anime?
A lot.
Is mine. Like so many people. Because you would get home from school and then it was like Dragon Ball Z, then Sailor Moon, and then Powerpuff Girls.
Hmm.
That order might be
Yeah.
wrong. Internet, I'm sure you'll correct me or whatever, but it was those three at least.
I'm hopping on the wiki to see what was on here because I
I,
can't
I have a
remember.
list.
Oh, you have a list? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I have a list of them. It's not really
Man.
in order of like a timeline type of a thing. It's just like iconic shows from there. Um, I will say this hot take, and internet's gonna hate me.
Mm.
Dragon Ball GT to this day is my favorite Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you're in the lone category of that.
I am aware. I am fully aware. Super Saiyan 4 is like my favorite design ever.
Oh, hold on. Um,
And
they
then
started in 97, 98?
yeah.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, I was on Wikipedia doing some research on this.
Yeah.
Um and like what was crazy is that as they were airing Dragon Ball Z with it dubbed and everything, and people were
Mhm.
loving Dragon Ball Z, they were like, well, here's Dragon Ball, which was just Goku as a child. Totally different vibe.
It is a totally different vibe.
It's a totally
It
different
is
show.
a totally different show. And the uncut version of that, holy crap.
Shit. Bulma, your balls are gone.
Yeah.
And there's this wasn't Toonami, but it's Dragon Ball. And I've got to roast the dub for this real quick.
Hmm.
And you know me, I love some dubbed anime.
Yeah, because you don't want to read.
Not don't want to. I can't focus. Big
Right.
difference. Don't be ADHD
Right.
shaming me here.
I never said I was ADHD shaming you. I'm shaming you, period.
That's
How
fair.
about that?
That's totally fair. In Dragon Ball Super, in the Future Trunks saga, when Goku goes to the future with Trunks, and they all like the cops start shooting at him, and he's like, "This is for everyone you've killed," and Trunks jumps in front of him and goes, "Don't shoot! This man isn't black." a line in the dub. I swear to God, dude. I was like, what? How? How did this make it through?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people. I guess in context, it would make sense. Like it's like, hey, he's not Goku Black,
But
but
he didn't say Goku. He
said
just said
Goku
black.
Black. He just said black.
He just said black. You can't say that.
Exactly.
But with Dragon Ball, through its eras of Toonami, so Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z GT, what is like kind of your most memorable point of that? Because I've
Well,
got one per show, really.
Dragon Ball. I think when it first came on Toonami, I was busy with a lot of stuff, like with like high school and stuff. So I never got a chance to really watch Dragon Ball
Fair.
like anything.
I
But I
definitely
mean,
always remember Oolong wishing for a pair of panties.
well, I mean that's the one thing to stop peel off. So,
True.
but it's kind of a sad moment, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I have a cat that has come downstairs. I am very surprised. Well, I was watching Dragon Ball Z. It was I almost want to say it was during the Frieza saga.
Yeah.
When it was first coming on, but I know I got when my uncle passed. I
Oh,
was
okay.
watching Dragon Ball Z. Um and mom told me
Oh,
about it and everything. So yeah,
damn.
that's kind of burned into
That's a little dark.
my
That's not where
yeah, I know.
that's not where I was expecting that to go.
Oh yeah. I mean I told you it was like a sad moment. Yeah, like
I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I cried over like Goku sacrificing himself like a dumbass. I don't know. You got
no.
real with that. Damn.
Yeah. So I mean it's definitely a memory that
Yeah.
I have. Hello Kitty. What do you want?
I would say mine with Dragon Ball Z that I remember the most is definitely the father son Kamehameha.
Oh yeah, of course. That's like the
Iconic.
best one.
And then in Dragon Ball GT would have been just Goku going Super Saiyan 4 for the first time.
Hold on.
Yeah. Jamie's got a cat.
Yeah.
He got a little
She's not
kitty.
gonna let me. Yeah, she's gonna be upset. Got out my face because I know you're gonna be all upset.
And then
No, because then you want to jump in my lap, but you're not gonna. I don't want you in my lap, so get out of here. Meow.
and then I definitely know your opinion on Dragon Ball GT is that like you're not really a fan. So
No, I'm not a fan of GT. The only reason why I'm not a fan of GT is because it just felt out of place. I like Level 4 Goku, and I enjoyed that. But I don't like the Super 17 saga because it doesn't make any sense. It's only 3 episodes. And it's like, but why would you waste time telling this story if it's just 3 episodes, you know? I know you want to kind of have it quick and stuff, but
see, I like that all of like GT was pretty quick.
yeah, it was. It was very quick.
There was one thing about GT I fucking hated though.
What?
The goddamn Para brothers.
I'm trying to figure out if I remember them.
The twins in space that were just like, Para, and would just like make them dance.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, now I remember. Man.
Yeah, fuck that.
I kind of... No. Look at this. Look at this cat. No, I don't need you in my face right now.
It was very much a different vibe than the other 2 shows. And, well, really, like, Dragon Ball was totally different than all the others, so I don't even want to compare it. But GT, while I loved it, I understand that people don't because of its pace or the way it tells the story. The only argument of that I don't like is when people kind of just do the cop out of like, Toriyama didn't write it, so it's not like real. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Toriyama advised it. He designed Super Saiyan 4. Everything happened under his watch. Like, what are you gonna say now that Toriyama's dead? Rest in peace, Toriyama. You the goat.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna say about Dragon Ball Daima when that comes out? Toriyama didn't
Right.
write it. No shit, he's underground.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Milk, I need you not to
what
be
argument do you have there?
right.
So the next one is one that I know you're about to spend a lot of time on.
Mm-hmm.
Sailor
Talk
Moon.
about Sailor Moon?
You
Hell
know I
yeah,
am.
bro. Sailor Moon, bro. And I really want to go through and rewatch it. Like, but it comes on at like 4. So I'm like, bro, there's no way I could get not 4. It comes on at 5. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get home unless they're gonna put it out on. Can you stop? Stop! 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 Can you stop, please?
I think she did something with your mic, Jamie.
Oh, am I not
Oh
coming
no,
through?
you're good. You're good. You're good.
I stop, please. I enjoy you being down here, but you're being a hardhead. Bro, I love Sailor Moon. Like Sailor Moon, like it's not the fact that it's a whole bunch of like scantily clad like girls.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that it's a like friendship, and that's friendship and love, and that's what we need more of. Like more friendship, more love, and it's a really cool. Um,
I mean, I'm also down with the like schoolgirl outfits. Don't get me wrong, but you're right.
so hi, God, the
And like,
hardest of heads. You think Dexter's a hard head? Look,
bro,
this is a hard head.
and I think Sailor Moon's one of them that I never really got into, only because it was like
I used to
it was like right when
I
my
used to
dad would
watch
get home
Sailor Moon
for and
before,
cook dinner.
right? Sailor
Yeah.
Moon used to come on like early in the morning, right before I would go to school
Mm-hmm.
on UPN. I think that's what it was. Or no, USA. It used to come on
Okay.
USA before it actually got localized over here and on Cartoon Network. So I
Okay.
would watch it like that. So that's how I actually have the affinity of Sailor Moon.
Gotcha.
Watch that in the fucking stupid ass episode of Molly's Folly. That's like one episode that I'll always remember where she was helping one of the bad guys, and the bad guy sacrificed himself for her, and she tried to. Bro, like it episode pissed me off so bad. Oh my god!
I
Like
love the
I'm
emphasis because you're leaning back out of like the focus as you're
yeah.
just
It's so upsetting. No, don't step on the keyboard, Milk. Please, please. You
I'm
can
glad
sit up
I'm the
here.
one recording this right now.
Please, you can sit. No, get out of my cup. Here,
Cats are the
God,
best, everybody. Get a cat.
I know they are the best. They're the hardest of the heads.
But get a cat.
Exactly. Get
It
yourself a cat.
it cures depression.
They do
I'm
cure
I'm
depression.
not a doctor. I cannot legally say that. Like, I'm not legally responsible for if a cat does not cure your depression. Therefore, you cannot sue us if you are still depressed.
Milk, you have horrible breath right now.
Just saying. Like, that's not on me. Just because I said
Yeah.
it doesn't mean it's true. Look at everything Donald Trump has ever said.
Woof. Yeah.
But he just also got recently held legally liable for that. So maybe don't hold me legally liable for that. That's why there's a disclaimer here. But hey, get a cat.
Yeah. We need you minus cat hair, miss. Minus cat hair. But bro, like I'm looking
Don't get a
at this
hairless cat.
lineup.
They're fucking creepy.
And you also have to wash them and put lotion on them because they'll stink.
Maybe not bathe a
Um,
cat.
yeah, bro.
Sailor Moon.
Looking back at this list, I'm like, I can't remember that Thundercats was on the list of Toonami, as well as like the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, Johnny Quest. Oh my god. By the way,
Listen,
everybody, we're gonna be just jumping around at this point.
listen. They need to bring that shit back. It was so good.
It
Like,
really
bro,
was.
ouch. It was
Remember
so
the sequel one where shit would get like almost like not 3D. What is the word? CGI. Like when
Yeah,
shit
they
would
would
get real.
they would jump into like the CGI world or whatever.
It was so
Bro, like,
weird.
I need to figure out how to watch the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, or at least try to own it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
And then, I mean, Toonami also introduced everyone to Gundam, like
Gundam Wing. Let's be honest with ourselves.
and Mobile
Gundam
Fighter G
Wing
Gundam.
first, and then G Gundam, because like
Which,
they
if you
would
go
be
back
like,
and rewatch G Gundam, might be a tad racist, but hey,
By the
We'll
way,
allow
did
it.
you know that? I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody else knows, but G Gundam came out before Gundam Wing.
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
It was just that
A lot.
Gundam Wing was more well received in Japan, so it released here first, type of a thing.
Yeah.
And then,
Also, yeah.
like, it. By the way, the joke about the racist thing, the show is definitely a little bit racist. Not
Yeah,
good,
a
not
lot of
cool.
it racist.
Not
The
definitely not
Tijuana
cool,
Gundam,
but
the Dutch Gundam, which is
Tijuana, yeah.
a fucking no. I
Oh,
can you get off my Xbox, please?
but it had a great theme song also.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. What else do they have up
They
here?
had it was the
Friend.
start of Naruto.
Yeah, starting
Uh,
Naruto.
Duel Masters.
Oh, bro, how can I forget about Reboot, bro? Reboot. I know you have a take umbrage to Reboot, but I do not. I grew up watching Reboot.
Go for
Reboot
it.
Reboot was on Saturday mornings. I would make sure to watch it. I think it was on at 10:30, like right before they would actually like start turning the cartoons off.
Hmm.
Or no, I'm sorry. I'm bad. I think it was on at 9:30. It was like right in the middle. And bro, Reboot, bro, you hit like early CG. I know it's really bad, but it was such a good thing. But then the cool part about when it came on Toonami was that they got the rest of the seasons. So there's
Yeah.
one and two, the first season, which is like all happy go lucky, and then like near the end of the first season it starts getting dark. And then that second season is real dark because Enzo, um, I'm trying to remember. Enzo, Bob left because he got sucked up into like
A
not a
better show.
wormhole. Oh
What?
my god, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Every time. Every single time. No, he got sucked up into a glitch, and he got like stuck out there in on the World Wide Web basically.
Hmm.
So Enzo took up the mantle of being a guardian, and he had to go through and fight the games and stuff, the user games. But then Enzo, Andrea, and Frisket, their dog, got stuck in a game and they left mainframe. So they had Bob. What Bob did was he used his PID to look at Andrea's her thing that she has on her and turn it into a PID for mainframe. But with mainframe, that allowed her to be a citizen of mainframe. But because of that, it allowed her to enter the games. Like once the GameCube comes down, she can just literally walk in because it doesn't recognize her. Like when she turns her PID to like game mode, it doesn't recognize her as being a citizen. She could just walk in because she was part of a game.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, bro. Like, trust me, I could jump into the minutia.
Oh, I
Like,
know.
cause and because Enzo got killed like in a game, but he turned himself into he turned off his PID to be a game to be part of the game. So when the game left, it left with him, Andrea, and Frisket. So let me tell you how messed up it was. They were in like a fighting game like Mortal Kombat,
Okay.
but what happened was so the user because there was I think there was either 8 or 12 different characters. So, but when you reboot into the game, it's not a choice that you're going to get picked. So, Andrea and Frisket were stuck inside the thing while Enzo had to time the to be able to jump into the character. So he had to figure out what character was about to get selected. As soon as it selected, he rebooted into that character and he merged into being that character. So, long story short, Enzo got killed because they were playing basically Mortal Kombat and the user killed Enzo. GameCube left. All the bad stuff started happening because there's no Guardian. So the mainframe just went into disrepair. Think of mainframe like your computer, and it got and your Guardian is a virus protection. The
Mm-hmm.
Guardian left because of whatever, and now all your system is crapped out with a whole bunch of viruses and stuff. So Enzo
Dexter.
took a whole bunch of time to go through and try to find how to get back to mainframe, but then he ends up running into some of the older Guardians,
Mm-hmm.
and the older Guardians got infected by this person. Oh man, I can't remember her name. I see her face, but she was a um not a Trojan horse, but she was a virus, but she was a virus that would infect um like other antiviruses. So the other Guardians. So, but they had to find Bob. But bro, I'm telling you, like when I get into like the reboot is, bro, I really want that reboot mainframe collection so I can rewatch the whole thing. Oh god, that was so good. Also, there was an episode of Reboot that actually fell on my birthday a long time ago, so that's why I actually have a affinity to Reboot. Also, you're
Gotcha.
muted.
No, I know.
Oh
I was trying to get Dexter to stop being Dexter for a minute.
yeah.
Which is actually funny that I muted it on Discord on purpose and forgot to mute it on Streamlabs. So the podcast is definitely gonna hear me calling out for Dexter, but it doesn't matter.
Uh oh yeah.
Um,
Don't forget when they went through and showed off they had the movie feature for Dragon Ball Z.
oh yeah, when they would show all the Dragon Ball movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
man.
Another good one I mentioned Duel Masters was Zatch
Mm.
Bell, dude. Those
Ouch.
fucking those fucking dolls or
The
whatever it was in the
Mamotos?
spell book.
Yeah, the Mamotos and their spell book. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show.
Can you stop knocking stuff over for 10 seconds?
I will say when I looked at this list,
Mm.
I was shocked that there was a show that I swore was on Toonami, but found
What?
out that it wasn't. That I guess it was on Kids WB.
What?
Metabots.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I thought that was
Wait.
Toonami.
Well, I guess it was on Fox Kids. Huh.
Was it Fox Kids?
Yeah,
Shit,
it
I
was
thought
on
it was Kids
Saturdays.
WB. Yeah, well, both were
Yeah.
on Saturdays.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget Ronin Warriors was a part of it,
Yeah,
which I
Teen
enjoyed.
Titans. And I'm not talking about that Teen Titans Go bullshit the kids
Of
are watching
course.
today. I'm talking about the
It's
good Teen Titans.
yeah, it's the good Teen Titans. All right.
Where Robin and Starfire fuck.
Stop trying to bite my
They
fingers.
fucking damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch the Trouble in Tokyo movie. God.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah.
Ow. Stop trying to bite my finger, Milk.
And then there was stuff like Justice League Unlimited and Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, which was super good.
Yeah.
And then, oh god, we mentioned Johnny Quest, Beast Wars, the Transformers Armada trilogy. Well, the Cybertron trilogy, but
Bro,
with
hold
Armada,
on.
Energon, and Cybertron. Oh my god!
I'm just looking this up because I completely forgot
What?
that Toonami had Batman the animated series.
Yes.
How did I forget about
it?
this?
It got Batman the animated series afterward because it started on Kids WB. They
Right.
started to show it when they started to show Superman the animated series and Justice League.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, bro, look at this, bro. July
Dude, this list is
3rd.
Go on Wikipedia and look up the Toonami list because we're not going down every.
I am looking. I'm looking right at the list.
I'm talking to the listeners here, Jamie, not you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
I'm
bro,
not talking
look
for
at this
you.
list. Look at this list, bro. From
It's
4
so
to
much
6:30. Bro, Sailor Moon, Reboot, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, Tenshin Muyo, Batman the animated series.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, come on. That's such a good lineup. You can't get that lineup no more.
No.
Like,
never.
not at all. It's so good. Like, this is why I get upset because it's only like 2 hours. Give us this lineup. Cartoon Network. Stop bullshitting. Give us this type of lineup.
Warner Brothers, stop fucking
asking.
around.
Like,
It's not that hard.
Like you can do all the I'm 100% sure that Reboot is free and not free, but it's out there and it's dirt cheap. You can get that. You can put that on Cartoon Network. Like get rid of some of these other Cartoon Network shows.
Like Teen
They're
Titans Go.
bullshit. Teen Titans Go can pound sand. However, I will amend this. They do have some really good songs. I will say that.
You know what else has really good songs? Every fucking Disney movie.
That's true.
They have better songs.
Yeah. Man, like
and
I'm
then
just going through.
Remember Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
Oh yeah, of course.
The 2003 like 5-minute long show.
Oh yeah.
Bruh.
It was so good.
It was so good.
I'm just in 2000s, man. I'm just like scrolling through.
But like Transformers Armada, Energon, and Cybertron, like I obviously knew about Transformers. I had watched Beast Wars. I watched Transformers 2001. I had seen some of the original, because guess what? I wasn't born in the 80s, people. I was born 92. That show has already existed. I didn't have the mental capacity to understand that show as an infant.
Right.
I did go back and rewatch it later and watch the movie and cried and all that. It's a phenomenal show. But like that trilogy is really what resonated with me of like, I love this. Like I liked Beast Wars. I liked Beast Machines. I liked I think it was just Transformers More Than Meets the Eye or Robots in Disguise, one of the two. The 2001 show. But the Cybertron trilogy, my God. Like that was, other than like Power Rangers, that was like one of the first times that you would see TV shows really serialized into multiple different series. And they'd be vastly different.
Yeah.
Like every time Optimus, like the whole team got total evolutions of it. Or like the team would change with like Vector Prime and stuff like that. And all of their abilities were totally different. Or they went from having mini bots to the Cybertron keys and stuff like that. And that was again one of those that was, if you missed what happened in Armada, it might not make sense in Energon.
Yeah, all that stuff that yeah.
Also, I will say this until like the day I die: Armada Starscream is the best Starscream.
I mean, Starscream is,
Armada Starscream is the best Starscream.
I have to go back and rewatch Armada. It's been a long time.
But also, Jamie, the show that literally Toonami made, pretty much, Samurai fucking Jack.
Oh, I thought you were about to talk about the Immortal Grand Prix.
No, I wasn't. I was going to talk about Samurai Jack, but you can talk about that.
Yeah, Samurai Jack. Oh my, Samurai Jack, bro.
It was so good.
It's still like they have it on their rewind, right?
Good.
Yeah, it comes on like Thursdays, I think.
Yeah, like
they do like an hour of Samurai Jack. It's the best.
So for anyone who doesn't know about Samurai Jack, go watch Samurai Jack for one. But Samurai Jack was a samurai who fought a coup, but then got like, I think, transported into the future.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, I couldn't remember if it was future or past, but it was future, where a coup pretty much won.
Well, there was nobody to stop him, so.
Well, that's why I said, like, yeah. And he was like, I must stop this. And it was so dope. Unfortunately, it ended prematurely when Toonami ended, and then they brought it back with Adult Swim because Samurai Jack fans are passionate, but it only took like 10 fucking years. And that was just so good.
Yeah, as I'm going through and looking at the history of Toonami, it's so crazy that it just fluctuated from when all of the kids, all the like late 80s, early 90s babies are getting home from school.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's like, whoever thought of this was super smart, because it got people into anime, whether you liked it or not.
I think what
because
was
if you
genius. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and it got you into anime whether you liked it or not because
Mm-hmm.
they're always wanted to watch something on TV. Like especially if you weren't into like reality shows like the Real World, Road Rules, stuff like that, because
Mm-hmm.
that stuff would come on at 5 and 6. At least I remember that from MTV. Also TRL, which came on around the same time we all got home,
You mean
which
when they
around was
actually
like
played music on MTV?
yeah. Well, of course, not now. I don't even know what MTV does now. It's just reality
It's catfish marathons all day.
gross.
Look, man,
But
I know because I've watched it.
yeah,
I
but
gotta have
yeah,
some
like this is
background
like
noise while I do something.
yeah, perfect time like to go through and there's a perfect time to go through and just introduce people to anime. You
Yeah.
know, I'm even looking at this in the 2002 lineup. They had Hamtaro starting off the schedule,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool. I mean, like it doesn't always have to be all action stuff, you
No.
know. That's what I feel like's the best part about Toonami. It didn't have to be action stuff. It just had to feel the anime esque
Had to hit the vibe.
yeah, it's an anime vibe basically, you
Yeah.
know. And it's just God's sakes, it's just like memory lane, all this stuff.
It it really is, and that's why I wanted to talk about Toonami. And you know what I think is really special with about Toonami that I don't think a lot of people realize
Hmm.
is that Toonami grew with us as like we did. Like we would come
That
home
is
from
true.
school, and it would be like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Powerpuff Girls, all that stuff.
Hmm.
And then as we got older, it got darker.
Yeah.
Moved to Saturdays. That's when you
Yep.
get stuff like Naruto and
Hmm.
Yu Yu Hakusho, which
Yep. Tenchi Muyo,
Rurouni Kenshin,
Rurouni Kenshin, Ronin Warriors.
Bobo, which makes me wanna
Hey,
I
you don't like
fucking
Bobo?
I hate Bobo. We have
Bro,
had this
Bobo
conversation.
is
I
hilarious.
fucking hate that show. I hate it
Why?
so much. It's not funny. It's not even fun. There's nothing.
You
There's nothing I
you
enjoyed about
suck.
that. Oh, he's gonna fight with
You
his
suck.
fucking mustache.
You
Hmm.
suck. I, Bobo is so funny, my dude. Oh, it's like it's that really random off the wall comedy, you know. Like I know he does take some getting used to and stuff, but Bobo is funny.
I hate it. I hate it so much. But like you see what I mean? That like it really like grew with us. And unfortunately, that means like they literally canceled it like as we were becoming adults,
Basically, yeah.
which sucks. But
Hmm.
like,
I'm going through more and I'm looking at
but then we just transitioned into Adult Swim and watched Inuyasha.
yeah. And then we got tired of watching Inuyasha every time it went back to the very beginning. Because you'd be like hyped up. It's like, oh man, about to get a new episode of Inuyasha. Nope, right back to the beginning. And that's why I don't like Inuyasha, because I got tired of waiting for it to be
Progress.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to
and
finish Inuyasha because they did the final season that they had just never done, that they
yeah,
just did in the manga, and I just never got around to watching it.
right.
Um,
I
I I also
noticed.
forgot that after original Yu-Gi-Oh ended,
Hmm.
that's where Yu-Gi-Oh GX moved to from Kids WB
Oh yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
GX was on Toonami.
Mm. Bro, did you know that Neon Genesis Evangelion was on Toonami?
Yes. Um, here,
It's baffling
yeah,
how
dude, it's
like that's
nuts.
such a heavy show. Like I can understand why it probably didn't go through and it
It
didn't
didn't
last.
fully air.
Yeah, because it's too heavy,
Yeah.
you know?
What was wild to me was Mega Man Star Force being on there.
Mm-hmm.
I love Mega Man Star Force, by the way. Like,
I
I
don't
love the
know if I
games.
remember Star Force.
Star Force is the one where it was a kid, like a teenager, who
Mm,
had like a little like almost like dragon head type of AI that
mm.
could turn him into Mega Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one of the later ones. It
Oh,
was it
all
was
right.
it was post Battle Network for sure.
Well, Battle Network is still the best.
I mean, Battle Network's the GOAT.
I really enjoy Battle Network.
Like, you can't top Battle Network.
That's another anime that I wish I could get actually on DVD or Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I never finished it when it was airing, and I never had.
Oh, you missed out.
Yeah, I know.
It was so good. But
yeah.
with that,
Cyborg 009 was on there. Let's see, SD Gundam was on there, which I really enjoyed.
Oh my god, I love SD Gundam.
He had Astro Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, is that it?
That sounds about it. Because SD Gundam was the end of the weekday era for Toonami.
Yeah.
When it started to move to weekends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the final weekday lineup on March 29th. Damn.
Yep,
they just
that sounds
Dragon
about right.
Ball Z. Which is fine. I like it. Yeah, man, that was a nice fun trip down memory lane, my dude.
Right?
Like, and you know what's crazy? Especially, well, okay, it went, okay. So, 2004, full disclosure, like in 2004, that's when I graduated from high school.
You old bitch. What? Huh?
Yeah. Dickhead. But yeah, so like it literally, I came up with Toonami and I like left with Toonami.
I mean, both of us did. Like, I'm not that much younger than you.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated in 2010. Like, I'm right there.
No, I don't need you.
And then, just what I love is that so many of these shows could come out today. Exactly. That's really, I was gonna say, could come out today and be just as great.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, timeless.
Yeah, like, all these shows are timeless.
Dragon Ball.
Yu Yu Hakusho alone.
Bro.
Come on.
You remember the Yu Yu Hakusho video game, the Dark Tournament?
I do, but I don't remember playing it.
Oh, it was a fighting game.
Yeah. Stop.
It was so good. Oh, we're forgetting one.
What?
Zoids.
Oh yeah.
I love Zoids. Both seasons of it. New Century and Chaotic.
A new. Hold on. Can you stop?
Chaotic Century, I believe, is the one with Shield Liger.
Okay.
And I think New is the one with Liger Zero.
Well, Liger Zero is
yeah, so New Century was the Liger Zero one.
Yeah. Chaotic Century. I never finished Chaotic Century. I think I
neither did I.
I think I really need to figure out, like, well, see, here's the thing. So we've got exposed to so much like anime and stuff, like, but Chaotic Century, I don't think finished in America. So we're missing episodes. Same way with New Century, because there's so much more stuff, bro. Liger Zero gets some really sweet ass upgrades. Like, let's be honest, like we're missing out.
Like, we saw the 3 that they get.
He gets the 4th one.
I know. What? Wait. I need to look this up.
Snyder, Jaeger,
Panzer.
No. Panzer. So it's Blade.
That was Schneider.
Snyder, Panzer, what was the third? Fuck! I just said the.
I'm looking them up.
All right, but yeah, like
I only see the 3. Jaeger, Schneider, Panzer. Wait, this one says something about Phoenix. What the fuck is Liger Zero Phoenix? That's a fusion.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
New Century. Let's see.
Like,
damn, here we go. Episode.
Yeah, that's from Fusers. I don't care about that. Let's see. Phoenix. I mean, it looks dope though. It looks real dope.
Yeah, I told you, man.
Do you remember the Zoids video game back on the GameCube?
Yes, I never had a chance to play it. I heard it was fun though.
It was so good. Oh my god, it was so good. Like, oh dude, my favorite thing was just pick Liger Zero Snyder mode, and I would just slice people up like right on the sides. It was so much fun. So, Jamie, as we're wrapping this up,
Yes.
is there one that you specifically want to talk about next week, or you want me to just pick a topic?
No, we can pick a topic. You can pick a topic. That's fine.
All right. So, actually, that's an easy one. The final shape.
Oh yeah, because we'll be playing.
We'll be playing the hell out of the final shape.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So we'll have a Destiny episode finally.
Yeah, again.
Oh yeah, again, yeah.
Which I'm cool with, because we make the rules. We do what we want.
Yeah.
It's topical at that point. And let me see. Actually, I'm gonna add another one to that. Our favorite games of the past generation, so like PS1 to GameCube era, like Xbox, all that.
Oh shit, that's gonna be easy. Oh, also, we need to have a Google Doc. That way we can.
I'll update that.
I have everything. We'll be able to take the take. So
I have everything on notes that I've been updating. I can make that a Google Doc real easy.
Yeah, and then we'll be able to go through and edit stuff or add things, and we can do it in real time. So,
which I don't know why we haven't done that, because we both have access to the NerdPod Google account.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have been lazy.
Or it's just us and not thinking of something.
True.
Because that's what we do around here. And that being said, that's it for this episode of the Nerd Table. Do us a favor.
I'm making sure I don't roll over the cat's tail.
Yeah, don't roll over the cat. Do us a favor. Give us a like, a subscribe, follow on YouTube, Spotify, and now Twitch for those fight parties.
Yeah, the fight party is going to be real fun.
It's going to be so much fun. Even if there's just 0 people, 1 person in chat, it's going to be so much fun to watch.
Yeah, we're going to be yelling at each other.
Oh, my God, really. Yeah. Like, if you want to watch the UFC fights and you don't feel like hearing like their commentary, we'll be bullshitting for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, basically.
Like, but yeah, follow us there, leave a comment, and make sure to follow also on Twitter at nerd_table to keep up to date with us. Jamie, plug yourself.
Well, you can find me on because I'm probably going to be streaming the final shape. So you can find me on Twitch at Silverwolf with an E24, at obviously on Twitch, and you can follow me. You follow at your own discretion on Twitter.
Can confirm discretion should be encouraged on that.
Follow on extreme discretion, Sir Dr. JC Sterling.
Y'all think I get unhinged and down bad sometimes? You ain't seen shit.
Well, you haven't seen my Tumblr.
I don't want to.
You don't. No, you don't. But yeah, damn, like Liger Zero has a whole bunch of configurations.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Nightwing593, and on Instagram Nightwing5930. So that's it. We'll see you guys next episode, and in roughly 11 hours after we record this for the fight party, but this will be live after that. So hi from the past or future, however you want to consider that.
Hi from the past, present, future. Jeez.
Peace.
Peace 420. Kiss my ass.